我看一下啊，稍等。OK，Dennis，哎
Thanks, Bill.
Dennis, it's your turn.
All right. Hi, Alex. This is Dennis. That's a very great presentation. One easy question for you. ClickHouse has weakness when it deals with multiple table joins. So do you have timeline to improve or to fix?
Yes, absolutely. We have a plan. It is not very simple because first we have to rewrite identifier analysis in ClickHouse, query analysis.
Yep.
Currently, the procedure of query analysis is messed up, completely messed up, and we have to fix it. I am very optimistic because my friend Maxim Kita actually going to attack this task. And I am really confident that Maxim is very strong. Maxim is very strong developer. He can solve this task in just a few months.
All right, so that's few months within 1 year.
Sorry, please repeat.
So you expect to have it fixed within 1 year, right? That's a few months. That's your answer.
Not quite. In a few months, we only do some preparation for this task. We will rewrite identifier analysis, and only then the task to improve multiple joins support will be open. I don't expect that it will be complete in year 2021, but for the first half of year 2022, I'm pretty sure.
Great, thanks.
Yeah. And there's another question from NSH. His question is, I have a question. Why has any functions does query data by index, but the has function query data by index? What does it mean? 你能用中文说一下吗？Why does has 你能用中文说一下吗？我没太理解你的。I'm not quite understand his questions.
Maybe he just asked why function has does not use index.
Does
why? And I can answer this question.
Why the has? Okay, you can answer. Okay. His question is: has any function do not use the index, but has function will use the index?
This was changed very recently in very recent pull request. The support for using Bloom filter index in has any function was just added, and it will be improved in release 21.7.
Okay. We just answered your question, and there's another question is the insertion of the distributed table has a bottleneck when the data insertion is very large, it's huge. Is this issue fixed?
Yes, I know this issue. By default, distributed table insert data only by single thread, but you can change it. Just enable insert distributed sync setting. Insert distributed sync. It will allow to process multiple inserts in parallel. Data will be sent to shards immediately without temporary storage in file system. This setting is already available. You can just enable it and we'll see if your tables will be faster, queries will be faster.
Okay. And there's another question is, we found that Materialized view doesn't support complicated SQL. Is there any other plan to fix this issue?
Yes. Our materialized views are very specific. They act like a trigger on insert. So if you do some complex queries like join in subquery, sometimes they will work as expected, but it is not for every use case. And to solve this issue, we have a task that is named refreshable materialized views. These materialized views will be recalculated on a schedule. For example, every 1 hour, materialized view will be recalculated. And it can use arbitrary SQL, whatever complex queries you want to write.
Okay. I see Zealous. Zealous, you can ask your questions.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. So sorry, Zealous, please raise your hand again. I just click the wrong button. Zealous? Zealous, 你再举一下手啊 ，OK。好，你现在可以了吧？你静一下音。
OK 了 ，OK。
可以了 ，OK。
Okay, thanks Alex and Zealous from the Tencent Music. Thanks your very great presentation. So I have a question. Did you compare use the rain disk, make the memory to a disk mount to the server and compare the match tree, disk match tree and this rain disk memory match tree?
So if I understand your question correctly, the question is, did I compare merge tree on disk or with merge tree in memory?
Yeah, yes.
Like in TMPFS.
Yeah.
Actually, I did not, or I don't remember. The performance should be very similar to merge tree that completely in page cache. If you use TMPFS, it is very similar to reading from page cache, and actually it can be slightly slower than reading from page cache. And if data is on disk, it will be cached in page cache, and I expect no difference in performance.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I will test later.
Okay, and send me the results. It's very interesting.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, there's another people. 9897哈，我看到你举手，我帮你解除一下静音，你来问问题。
Okay, hi Alex. I'm an engineer from Huawei, and we use ClickHouse, but we find that it is a little convenient. When we want to shrink or enlarge the ClickHouse cluster, it's a data rebalancing issue. I want to ask, does the community has a plan, a roadmap to support data rebalancing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a question. Right. Okay,
Yes, we have this roadmap. It consisted of two parts. First part is more easy, but also limited. We have some resharding option, but it does not support complex sharding keys. So it only supports if data is randomly distributed. For complex sharding keys, it is much more complicated. And we also have a plan, but it is very long standing plan. It is definitely not for this year, 2021.
Okay.
We have to do many preparations, like replace Zookeeper to our own coordination service. This is the first step, and it is almost done, almost ready. When we will do, it will open another possibilities. But now we just cannot approach the task of full resharding.
Okay. I'm very glad that the community do have a plan. Thank you for your answer.
Okay.
And there's another people called Luis. You can ask your questions.
Okay,
Luis.
thank you. Thank you, William. Hi, Alex. This is Luis, and I'm from eBay, and we are using the ClickHouse cluster as well for our use case. And we have a table which need to deal with the real-time update for the table. So just wondering if there is any suggestion from your side for this use case.
Not quite. It is difficult. It is difficult if you want real-time update. If you can deal with real-time insert, it is much more easy. And usually, the best way is to simply convert updates to inserts, so you don't have to update your data.
Yeah, we have the similar solution that which leverage on the replacing merge tree, so that the records with the same sorting key would be merged by the ClickHouse. So not sure if you have any suggestion on our solution.
Mostly you can use replacement merge tree, but it's not quite efficient to read. You have to read with final modifier. It is slower than usual merge tree tables. Sometimes you can do some tricks, like instead of updating data, you can create a dictionary, separate dictionary that will contain updates. And you will use this dictionary to apply updates on the fly. It is also very limited solution because it's applicable only if number of updates is small.
I see. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. There's another question. Is it takes a very long time for ClickHouse to start up when there are a lot of tables to be loaded. Some companies use RocksDB to speed up. Is it possible to develop this feature in the future?
It is possible if we will have a pull request. Currently, we don't have this pull request, so please encourage this company to share their code. I have no guarantee if we will merge it or not. It depends on code quality, code architecture. But first, we need a pull request.
OK，别的同学还有什么问题？有关于前面中文的问题没有？中文 speaker 的问题 ？Any questions？ there's some 对这个问题可能得群里问，我看问了好久哈，就是这个2.13到2.16的这个版本，阻塞在这里，可能得深入去看 log 日志啊，这个可能不能简单的话术来说这个事儿，你可以私下加一下我啊，然后我们看看在哪里给你解决哈，这个，或者是在哪个群里面你艾特我一下啊，然后我们那不有一些志愿者嘛，来看看怎么来帮你解决这个事儿，这个不是一个简单能在这儿说的事儿啊。对，其他的同学，你可以把那个原有列计划支持新增到索引吗？原有列计划支持可以新增到索引吗？这中文没懂啊，你小崔你再说一遍。There's another question, but I want to translate it. Just a minute, I want to translate the question. 小 C 你把这个问题再问一遍。原有列，我这中文没看懂。原有列计划啊。原表有个字段支持新增到索引吗？There's a question. If there is a column in original table, does it support this column add into the index? There's an existed column, and he want to add this one to index. Yeah.
No, it is not possible, because if it will be supported, it will require to reorder the data. Reorder the data after modifying primary key. But there is one way to overcome this limitation. You can create projection. Since version 21.6, ClickHouse has support for projection. You can create another projection with different order by key.
Okay. And there's another question is, will ClickHouse support ARM CPU in the future?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, we already do. We already have experimental support for ARM, but it is limited. There are multiple different ARM architectures. Currently, it works on Amazon Graviton servers, but for some reason, it does not work on Huawei servers. And my friend Maxim Kita is going to debug this. So ClickHouse will work even on Huawei servers.
Okay, understand. And will Materialized will support synchronize with the original table, including add data or delete data?
No, It is difficult to implement. It is difficult to implement because when you delete data from original table, it's not always clear what data to delete from aggregated table. So it is difficult.
And will ClickHouse support change the primary index? For example, from primary key A and B to B and A.
In some sense, it is supported with projections. You create projection with different order, and you materialize this projection. Now you have two representations of data with different primary keys. But for changing of primary key, we considering implementing this feature. But it is not scheduled in plans. Maybe sometimes we will have this support.
Okay. And sometimes too many insert query on one node of ClickHouse 21.3, and there will hold too long time, and then suddenly everything successed. Why?
It is difficult to guess. It looks like some observation that we need to investigate, to debug.
Yeah.
If you can prepare an issue with full description, maybe I will be able to debug and answer. But now it is absolutely unclear why some queries are sometimes not fast, but then suddenly became fast. Very, very unclear.
Yeah. And there's another question is about there will be some query is very big and very slow. Then these kinds of queries will affect the cluster, the performance of the cluster. And how can we deal with this kind of issue with elegant solution?
You have to create a separate profile in configuration and separate user and limit queries for this user. For example, limit the number of threads. Just set max threads to 1. This query will execute slowly, but it will not limit other queries. Other queries will be able to use the remaining CPU cores. So just run this query from a separate, very limited user.
There is another question: how to increase the capability of ClickHouse, the concurrency of the ClickHouse, because there's many query will happen in the same time. So how to increase the capability?
How to increase the capability of
Concurrent
number
query.
of concurrent queries? Now there is configuration setting, max concurrent queries, it is 100 by default. But actually, I don't recommend to increase this setting, because if you have 100 concurrent queries, they will fight for CPU. They will fight for disk I/O. 100 concurrent queries cannot process efficiently. Most likely, you are limited by your hardware, and you cannot just easily improve concurrency without using more hardware.
So I think his question is, in some situation we can use materialized wheel or projection to finish the query. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah,
This is absolutely your answer is better.
yeah, because if everything is ad hoc query, I think it's very hard to increase the concurrency. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 陆仲达那个问题，我回头再用中文翻译一下吧，好不好？排序、升序、查询比顺序，排序字段降序比顺序。There's another question is if 顺序when he queried a table, when he queried a column from table, it's much slower if this column is ordered by descendant rather than the ascendant. I think I don't know whether those you understand that, right?
Yeah,
and there's no other filters. Why? And any other ways to optimize this?
There is a specific query processing mode that allows to read data in order of primary key and finish sorting. And if you specify order by ascending, it is just more easy to finish sorting and return sorted data. If you have order by descending, you have to actually reverse the data order. It is more hard. But I will tell you a secret. If you look at the pull requests on GitHub, you will notice there is a pull request from Anton Popov, from my team. And this pull request is exactly about improving performance and lowering the memory usage for order by desk. Okay, before we will go to the next question, I will take a break for 2 minutes. After this break, we will continue. When I will go, maybe Maxim will help me answering the questions. Okay?
Okay. Okay. So Maxim, are you here? Maxim, I will let you. Maxim? Oh, Maxim. Okay, Maxim, I will. Okay. Maxim, you can speak now.
Okay, so I'll just read some questions from chat that I can easy answer. So,
Okay.
1 sec, I'll try to. Okay. So I see that there is a question from Sandy Lee. Why ClickHouse choose Clang rather than GCC? So actually, we, as you can see from our GitHub, we use a standard library from Clang, from LLVM, and there are some additional. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so and there are some, for example, additional features that are supported by LLVM standard C++ library, and Clang can additionally help with them. For example, such things are unique pointer trivial ABI and some other small features. But the most important one is that for current production and for most of our builds, for example, for our performance builds, we use Clang. And as we can see, currently there is not a big difference between Clang and GCC in terms of result binary speed. So it's probably just a convenience reason why we use Clang rather than GCC. Also, we additionally use LLVM for our just-in-time compilation. I see that Alex gets back, so he can continue to answer.
You can continue answering the questions. I don't mind.
Okay, there is additional questions that I can read from chat. So, are there any plans to improve performance of map data type, like implement index-based lookup method to speed up? Actually, probably we don't discuss any plans right now because currently map is experimental type, but we already have pull request, probably from Sandy Lee. I'm not sure, that enables map data type for our system tables. I plan to merge this pull request this week and remove experimental setting from map data type. After that, we can improve performance for some cases.
By the way, we already tried to add index to map data type, but it did not succeed. For most of the cases of small maps, it only decreases the performance. Actually, we have another plan to make different map data type that will store different keys in separate columns. This is scheduled only after Anton Popov will finish his pull request for semi-structured data. And for semi-structured data, it is actually way more interesting than just map data type. You will be able to store arbitrary JSON data that will be split by separate columns. You will be able to read specific path in JSON efficiently.
And I think there's a last questions. The last question, is there any plan for the party, I think it's a participle index? You understand participle? That's 分词啊. Well, it's word. It's about text participle. I don't know exactly the word. We will divide the sentence from sentence to the word, and to some small, and they want to have the index of the party. I think it's a participle. I don't know whether it's exactly the English word.
Could you please write this in English or not English word in Telegram?
English word. Okay, I will send you in Telegram.
Okay.
Text participle. I think it's the word. Index of this one.
Actually, I don't know anything about this index. I know some. No, I'm not. Maybe you mean index by some text.
Sorry, yeah, it divide. It's not. Oh, I use a wrong English word. I will find another word. Who can translate? 谁来帮我翻译一下？那个分词中文英文叫什么呢？分词器，我看看分词器对不对啊？这个词分词器，我估计。
Parser?
Yeah. Analyzer?
Do you mean parser or lexer?
Segmentation. Word segmentation. Is that right?
Yeah.
Word segmentation.
Filter.
Like loosen or
okay,
elect
I
search.
understand.
You know, loosen elect
Okay,
search.
yeah.
Lexer. Yeah.
So the question is, do we have any plans to implement full text index by tokenized words, normalized words in text like Elasticsearch? The answer is not quite. We will do this in 2 steps. First step is to add text processing, pre-processing functions in ClickHouse, like extract words from text, do some stemming, or do word normalization. Only after this first step, maybe we will be able to create full text index like Elasticsearch, but only then.
Okay. So 大家还有什么别的问题吗？我们正好也7点了，那个中午也是这个朵夫他们也中午要吃饭了，咱们大家要吃晚饭了。那我们今天就到这儿吧。后面有问题还是大家欢迎去我们的群里面来去聊啊。然后我们秋天还会再 meet up 下。Thank you, Milovodov and Maxim. And I think that's all for today's meetup. And thank you for all. And thank you for the people who stay still in the conference to now. And I think that's all for today's meetup. Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Nice to see you. 谢谢。
Yeah. 谢谢。Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. 好，那同志们，我们今天就这样了。那感谢各位啊，今天会议就结束了。谢谢各位，谢谢。Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time.
Bye.
Yeah, I
See you
can
next
contact
time.
you. See you next time. Yeah, and I hope you can go to China in autumn.
I hope soon, but when?
Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah. Okay. See you later. See you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
See you.
Bye bye. Bye bye.